Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jerry Conway, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hello, kids, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales straight from out of Galador. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is the Al Knight himself. It is
Justin the Owl, strapping on the rocket pods and blasting back into Clareton to talk about Rom The Spaceknight.
it's Biscuit the Owl Knight.
No biscuit is safe from my gaze.
Oh, I was gonna attack him with that neuralizer, yes. That's right, kids. Put us in our second week of ROM. We're going to cover ROMs 5, 6, 7, and 8 once again in celebration of Volume 1 of the Omnibus, or as we call it, the Romnibus coming out.
The Omnibus, yep.
And last time Justin had not received his, but this time now he has it.
Yes, I do. And I have the George Perez cover.
That's right. He has the, the beautiful George Perez cover, and I have the equally talented, but the old Frank your mother's a whore cover. Your mother's a dire wrath whore. She gave your dad the old Deathwing.
Your mother's a Deathwing.
Your mother's a blind dog.
We're gonna make a whole new series of Frank Miller drops this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no! Wait till Smith-Timber. That's right, Kevin Smith. We're coming for you. All right. All right. So let me see. I believe I saw synopses for these.
Oh, nice. I was gonna ask if we had those today.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, we talked about this before, but I'm wondering if they're gonna try to squeeze ROM into current continuity, as they did with characters such as Conan in just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Although that's always a risky gamble, probably, because it's like, well, if the hires up decide to just let the rights lapse again, then you got to worry about can't reprint that stuff, or I don't know what kind of legal stuff you have to go through to.
Mm-hmm. It was tricky because for a while I think that they were using the concept of the Space Knights.
Yes.
But they couldn't even mention Rom. They couldn't even say his name once. So I think that they wanted to kind of try to put a Space Knight or some type of character in Guardians of the Galaxy or some similar title. But I think that they just kept holding out hope that one day they'd be able to fully incorporate Rom into the grander mythos again. And I feel like now that they can do that, now they've got enough money because of the Disney stuff, they've got enough money that they can keep the rights for this going probably indefinitely, I would imagine.
That's what I thought, but I thought they'd keep the rights to Conan. They kind of let that go after a while.
No, you're right too. That was surprising as well.
I don't know if it's just always they look at the numbers and they're just like, I'm sure this is exciting for everyone, but if they just look at the numbers and say, well, we're not making as much money, it's not worth it to pay for this license. If it's not, I don't know.
I think what they're also banking on is the nostalgia factor, because they know that people in our age bracket remember ROM from when we were younger.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, wow, cool. There's an omnibus of ROM? Sure, I'll pick that up. But then, that might be enough to keep the interest peaked for future stuff as well, for adding it to the new series, the current stuff running. So I think that's another thing as well. They realize that we're of the age bracket where we can just kind of dish out money for omnibus left and right, but we would also potentially dish out some money for a trade paperback that had Rom in it, in the Guardians of the Galaxy or in the Avengers or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because cyborgs aren't popular. Well, said I'll be back, and he's back. Rom is back.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get to these issues?
Yes, we've got a few good ones tonight.
Issue 5 that kind of sort of somewhat has a tangential connection to a Marvel hero.
Little brief cameo appearance. Yeah.
All right. Rom. The screen is jumping. Rom number 5 from cover date 1980. Well, don't let me a little fasting last night. Cover date 1980. She was like, "This is not the on sale date." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's the cover date." I'm like, "How long have I been doing this? You don't know?" Check out We Are the Night episode, We Are the Night episode 167. Kids coming on Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 2.
Oh, yeah. And also, I might add, working the way up to number 169.
Oh, yes. It gets
that's a big milestone.
It gets hairy, like a certain story about it among monkeys and animals. Kids, yeah. Neither Russell Warner Loaf will let me forget that. Nom nom nom.
Where's the Joker nuggets?
Where's the Joker nuggets?
Wild like an animal.
See, we can't forget the classics because with all the new ones, we kind of forget those old ones.
That's true.
He's cradling my nuts.
Gotta remember the classics too.
You know what? It's so funny because just listening to everyone's drops, Ray, Russell. I think you have the least gay drops, which is funny.
That is funny, yeah. Well, except for the Rod one.
That's true. That's true. Well, I think if you add up the number of them, I think you probably have the least amount.
You're probably right. I love that.
It's me, your old pal, the owl.
I love drunk Justin. All right, Rom number 5. Like I said, cover date April 1980. The release date was January 15th, 1980. Lilith. A house is not a home. Writer Bill Mantlo, penciler and inker Sal Buscema, colorist George Rosis, letterer Michael Higgins, and editor Joe Duffy. Rom reminisces of his lost love, Raina. Archie Striker Firefall is recovered by Dr. Rachel Sweet. That's one of those ironic nicknames. With Agent Crawler and other disguised wraiths, and overhears the conversations that only further affirm what Rom has been telling him. The wraiths unleash Hellhounds. Rom flees with Brandy and Steve and find refuge in an apparently abandoned house. Rom dreams and sees Doctor Strange reveal the house's secret, that it is a sentient entity known as Dweller in the Shadows. As he awakens, he sees the sinister house trying to carry off Steve and Brandy and also attempting to bind the Space Knight. Rom summons his neutralizer and banishes the entity to limbo. All of a sudden, the wraiths are like, "Wait a minute, he's dropping a house on us now!"
Well, that escalated quickly.
I know. Give the old Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Well, that escalated quickly.
But no, that answered my one question. I was like, did that neutralizer work on anything but wraiths? I guess so.
Yes, it works on all manner of things. Yep.
So mind your business, or you're gonna dump in limbo.
That's right. Yeah.
So was that just a convenient plot point, or does Rom have like some kind of cosmic awareness or something? I'm like, all of a sudden he's just dreaming of past events with Doctor Strange.
Oh no, I think that was just for the plot point. Yeah. Yeah. As far as I remember, he doesn't have any type of extrasensory perception. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so he just dreamed this? Okay.
Yeah. The dream part is pretty weird, admittedly, but
So he was just smoking the magic cigarettes and see in the past.
yeah, Galadorian 1000s.
Everyone loves cocaine.
After 200 years, he's developed quite a habit,
Oh my!
But yeah, I did.
Sorry that drop outlived you, Charlie. I'm sorry. All right.
I did like how the one abandoned house that they happen to come across to take shelter in happens to be haunted.
Yeah,
but the dweller in the darkness.
I don't think I ever read that story. So did they mention where it was located before, or that it was in West Virginia or close? Or
I don't remember that story either. It was Strange Tales number 120. It said in the editor's note.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't remember that story.
Yeah, I don't think I've read that one. I've read a few of those strange, but not that one. Yeah.
So I can't remember if they ever talked about where that was, but I guess for all intents and purposes, it's West Virginia. Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Russell. Good. I have a joke.
Hey, Russell.
All right. Slob on my ROM like a corn on a bomb. What?
Slob on my ROM like a corn on a cob.
Russell, yeah, this is the house from the current Moon Knight run, is it?
Oh, the Midnight Mission house.
Is that the same one? Or I guess I guess there could be more than one haunt. I thought it was a different one, but I guess
Well, it looks like it was destroyed at the end of this, but I guess not because it was cast to limbo.
Well, it was in limbo. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Russell says, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Hey, Russell, do you remember the Strange Tale? Have you read the Strange Tales it's in? I couldn't remember. Did they say it's in West Virginia?
Yeah, Strange Tales number 120.
Yeah. So,
I don't remember that one.
But Justin and Russell, after the delay, what does a haunted house sound like in West Virginia?
Howdy, y'all!
Evil lurks within these walls. He says one of his favorites. I believe it was West Virginia. Well, I hope
Cool.
it was. Yeah, because yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna have to go back and read that one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Things that go bump in the night.
Yeah.
I'd let Burt Reynolds.
So yes, Rom dreams and sees the whole encounter Doctor Strange had with this house.
Yeah.
Before he got fancy, got a red cape.
Yes. I liked that. I liked that little cameo. That was cool.
So, all right, I have a question for you, just randomly. Do you like the classic Doctor Strange look or the look he had, well, a little bit back in the day and then some in the 90s with the mask? Do you like a mask or maskless?
Oh, the mask with the white eyes and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I don't...
Or in this, what was that, the 60s or 70s when he wore a mask? He even had like a mouth, like it didn't. It just, he painted it on or something.
Yeah. To be honest, I haven't read enough of that stuff to have an opinion on it, but
not that he can really have a secret identity. Because I mean,
I thought it was weird that he had that mask because it's like, well, he's calling himself Doctor Strange, and his last name is literally Strange, so.
I just
where's the secret identity here?
I just wonder if they were, Stan and Steve were just like, hey, he's a superhero. He needs a mask or something.
Oh, I always assumed it was some mystical thing, like the Orb of Agamotto, like the
maybe
property.
I can't remember the early ones, but that story in the 90s, it was like a gimmick where wasn't he split into 3 different aspects? So we should cover that one day.
We should cover that. I liked that actually. A lot of people crap on that whole section of Doctor Strange, but I actually enjoyed it. It was
people crapped on a lot of stuff in the 90s, and now they see how good they had it in the 90s sometimes.
On that same token, though, I can't defend the Doctor Strange that came after that with the John Lennon shades.
Oh, they kind of de-aged them and stuff.
The long hair and Yeah. Oh.
That was like a disturbing trend in the 90s. They tried to de-age everyone.
I wasn't.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Yeah.
Deathstroke. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I don't understand why they were doing that. I still don't. But yeah, not a fan of that look. But I did like that era of Doctor Strange just before that. I thought it was interesting. It was a different kind of fresh take on it, I thought.
Russell says, I guess that Doctor Strange, you'll be able to read it in
Yes.
form. Yes.
I'm going to be purchasing from Russell some Doctor Strange Epic collections.
Oh, nice.
So yes. I will be able to read all that stuff that I haven't checked out yet.
What, so Russell can feed his Transformers habit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got more coming in today. I got more than G1.
Get some G1 Transformers on eBay.
You got Megatron in every color, right? He goes, "You're not wrong."
I love it.
Yeah.
Russell's not a fan of the mask. Yeah,
I lost his identity at the time.
Yeah. Okay. There's so much of that chunk of Doctor Strange I haven't read, but I'm excited about checking it out. Finally reading these stories.
So just remind me next time the Energon universe, Russell is the first Energon junkie, I guess.
He's fiending for more Transformers.
2 days, all I see is here, more stuff came.
I love it. He's passionate. He's passionate about it.
That's the crossover we need, Transformers and Rom.
Yes. I think didn't IDW attempt that when they had the property? Was he part of that big monstrous crossover that they did?
Maybe. I didn't read that crossover, but yeah, it wasn't like there were like 20 different
it was crazy. It was like Mask and G.I. Joe and Transformers and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Russell's read that, so he could comment on that, but I feel like that wasn't a thing that happened 10 years ago. Yeah.
Speaking of junkies and alleyways, forgotten by society. Yeah, and nowhere has anyone seen the GoBots.
Yeah, right. They've been delegated to the dustbin of history. As well they should, because they caused the cancellation of my favorite childhood cartoon, The Mighty Orbots, which only lasted 1 year, 13 episodes, and was canceled because the people behind GoBot said that it was causing brand confusion with their property, which is ridiculous. But anyway, that's a rant for a whole other time.
MGM GoBot's nothing but trouble. All right.
What did you think of the Hellhounds in this one, Phil? That was pretty crazy, huh?
It was crazy. Yeah, it just the Wraiths have this new but just like last time, man, dogs do not fare well in this series, at least so far.
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard this, I was a little disturbed with the fact that they used actual I think they're Dachshunds or something, or
where's they Doberman Pinschers or something?
Doberman Pinschers. I remember it started with a D. They're actual Doberman Pinschers that they mutated, and I thought, oh god, I don't like that. These Wraiths are nasty, man. If they're going to mutate innocent little dogs like that. But yeah, the fact that they're blind and then they have to hunt out their prey like that is pretty wild stuff. Yeah. But we'll see more of them actually in the next issue, because that was a little preview of them in this one. We see a lot more of them in the next one.
Oh god. Russell. These Wraiths do indeed be dire.
They do indeed, Lenny.
Be here all week, kids. Try the veal. Another Rom flashback with his lost love, Raina.
Yeah, what did you think of that, Phil?
That's
another little flashback.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but again, I'm still getting Silver Surfer vibes off.
Definitely. It's definitely Norrin and what was her Shalabal was her name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could have major echoes of that. Yeah.
Even if
I have a sacred duty to fulfill, but you're be giving up your humanity. Oh,
this war lasts for thousands of years and spans the endless voids of space, I promise our love will never die.
yeah.
You'll come back. You'll come back to me, baby. You'll be old by then.
Yeah. You can always become a cyborg too, Raina. Like, you know.
Join me in space where gravity has
Yeah.
no effect on that bod.
Exactly.
Oh Lord, Russell. Shala ball ding dong. Don't be Zen law shaming, Russell.
Is Zenla still around? Do you know? Does that still exist? Did that get blown up?
I can't remember. I'm not sure. I don't remember the last time like he actually mentioned the planet and hers. I don't know. Unless he just gave up on the idea. I was gonna say she's still alive because I was gonna say unless he just like quit once because she's gone or something.
Maybe.
Although, because I'm trying to remember, yeah, because wasn't Silver Surfer after Menace for a while?
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was somebody else too.
Well, yeah, well, during Heroes Reborn, when the Fantastic Four is away, he was kind of macking on Alicia.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh. Damn. Namor, the Surfer. I mean, come on. Man, that Fantastic Four go on a trip for 2 seconds, man. They go, they're sniffing after their women like
they're knocking the door down, trying to get in. My favorite biscuit.
I mean, I like the fight. I like the whole thing with the house and stuff, but it almost seems like the actual confrontation between Rom and the house was pretty quick.
It was quick, yeah. It was only like a page or two, right?
Yeah. Just like trying to float Brandy and Steve away, and then all these spectral hands and stuff coming from the walls, and Rom's just blasting him with that.
I thought that was cool, yeah. It also presents a bit of a problem when you have a hero like Rom that has a weapon as powerful as the neutralizer that can pretty much get rid of any threat almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
So they almost have to kind of find a way in certain stories to separate him from the weapon, so that he has to find some other way other than the neutralizer.
Well, that's another thing too, with like, you know, doing stuff based on like a toy line or something. It's like, oh, well, it comes with this weapon. It's like, oh, I guess I'm stuck with this thing.
Yeah, old Rom only had 3 gadgets. He's got the translator.
Yep.
The analyzer and the neutralizer. That's it.
So funny. I thought you were killing those humans. Why would you think that? Well, you call it a neutralizer.
Yeah. And they leave behind
disappear.
piles of ash when they disappear, so it looks like they've been sufficiently neutralized.
He's like, I'm no sorcerer. So I'm just gonna blast you in the face.
Yeah, I think later on Doctor Strange and Rom do have like an actual interaction, like a real encounter.
Wait a minute. It said he blasted. He says, "Vanishes the rays of my neutralizer, banish you to whatever realm of shadows spawned you." So wait, so it doesn't. So he can control. Oh yeah, you're not going to limbo. You're going back wherever you came from.
Or maybe he knew that the thing somehow was from limbo in the first place.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think he can choose where the neutralizer's beam sends the target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like that where it's like, you know, finally Rom faces a threat that's not Dire Wraiths.
I liked that too. Yeah, it was nice that they threw that in issue number 5. Still in the first handful of issues in the series, give it a little bit of a change.
Russell. Silver Surfer reigning champion of No Nut November since the 60s. What are you talking about? I told you in the 90s he was trying to get Alicia to polish that chrome. Come on. Because they really passed the poor blind girl. Yeah, kind of. Well, John had her, but it was just a scroll. So
Yes.
and Mr. Noel Tate, Rom Mania, yes.
Rom Mania is back.
Isn't there unease in that section of the world? Rom Mania. All right. All right. So, any other thoughts on 5, or shall we get to?
No, I'm happy that Russell confirmed that connection to Moon Knight, because I had forgotten that was the same house. So that makes me even more happy about this issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So now we get to Long to 6. For those of you who may say, what happened to Firefall? Well, Rom number 6, Dog Day Afternoon. From cover date May 1980, released February 19th, 1980. Lilith. Same. Oh, wait. I think it's the same team. Oh, letterer John Costanza this time.
Costanza.
Cool. Yes, Costanza. I said Costanza. Rom returns with Brandy and Steve secretly to Clareton. Rom hides in Steve's shop and powers down. Archie Striker Firefall remains in the hands of Wraiths at Project Safeguard. Agent Crawler is fed to a Deathwing by a high Wraith for his incompetence. Boy, sounds like the U.S. government. You're welcome, Noel. The Hellhounds track Rom to Steve's shop and attack. Rom's neutralizer is encased in an energy field by the Hellhounds. Rom defeats them, but in doing so absorbs too much energy, forcing his armor to shut down. Steve is left in a quandary as to what to do with the downed Space Knight. So, yes, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, Rom kind of gets overloaded.
Yeah.
Or at least his cyborg half.
There's a cool little part in the beginning of this issue that foreshadows that when Steve and Brandy are talking about getting something to eat. And they're like, do you eat, Rom? Can you consume food? And he says, well, not in the way that you can. He touches a light bulb and kind of drains the the power of the building for a little bit.
And yeah, he's been hangry for 200 years.
Yeah. And he says humans must pay for the power they need to live.
Yeah, because he just like absorbs power from like a light bulb.
Yeah, I loved that. And the cool little part with the Dire Wraiths, the secret council meeting, and we see the first appearance of the Deathwing, which was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I found all this interesting in these issues with the Wraiths because, like I said, I hadn't really read the series. I thought they were basically just like monsters, or like, oh, we're gonna conquer Earth. But you kind of see like a power structure and like almost like a society almost.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're a little more fleshed out than I thought they'd be. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It's they actually have plans and strategies and actually, it's cool that they have magical powers. I always thought that was interesting. An interesting take on it. To have an alien race that uses sorcery, I thought was cool.
Yeah. No, look, what's Rom's body must look like under there. So skinny. No hips on those guys.
Yeah.
You try to go 200 years without a solid meal, no.
They had to shave off his hips so he'd fit in the armor.
Yeah, then he goes into rest mode, and once again, thinking about Raina.
Yeah. Oh, Raina.
They can eat whatever they want. Well, that's the thing. Can Rom even take that helmet off? I don't know.
No.
Oh,
no.
They can eat whatever they want. The Rom diet. Oh yeah, and then Steve's talking to his cop buddy who he went to high school with.
Who has a kind of a pivotal role to play in the next issue too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then we see our old buddy Archie Stryker.
Archie Stryker. You got to have the Peter Griffin voice. Archie Stryker.
And the Wraiths pretty much not even hiding their involvement anymore. They're like, yeah.
We lied to you. What are you going to do about it, Archie?
Because they got him strung up. I don't know if he can even move because that armor's all messed up.
Yeah, he's definitely in a lot of pain too because that armor has been physically welded to his nervous system.
Oh yeah, they show that little X-ray thing in there, just like it's almost complete, like the bonding of the armor to his body.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that X-ray thing's interesting. Yeah, because it's pretty much it's all intertwined with with his body and stuff.
Yeah. The Space Knights are like total cyborgs.
Mm-hmm.
And Archie even says, "I can feel my blood running cold, my breathing being taken over by cold mechanical lungs." It's like, yikes.
I'm assuming this is a plot point because they were like, we can't let him live just like the first Galadorian who wore that Firefall armor.
Oh, yes.
Like, well, surely that person must be dead.
Yep.
Someone is presumed dead when there's no evidence of a body in a comic. Yes, I'm sure. They must be dead. How does he poop? Well, if he's not all food, why would he poop? No.
It's just vapors that come out the back.
The vapors. Oh yeah. That rocket pack on the back. It comes
That's right.
Yeah. I must take to the air.
Fart propulsion.
Oh, nice.
It'll help you poop.
But yeah, this meeting of the Wraiths is interesting. Yeah, because then they're like the Shield agent one. They're just like, no, you've kind of outlived your usefulness here.
Yeah, you've been
and
making too many mistakes.
Yeah, and Shield's really like cracking down and checking into their operatives. So.
And they don't even give him one opportunity to fix his mistakes. They just feed him to the Deathwing right away.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the Dire Wraiths policy right there, folks.
But this is so 70s Marvel. I swear, like every book had like some, or like every other book had like this sinister, like, guys in suits sitting around a table. They're like, see, how are we going to conquer the world? See?
With one of them in complete shadows except for their hands. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God, no. I'm a sucker for a man with a
I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
Hey, no, they don't call it the neutralizer for nothing.
That's right. It'll send you to limbo. One-way ticket to limbo.
We used to call that a Dutch oven, kids.
You'll want to go to limbo after you smell that. To escape it.
But yeah, then we see those bloodhounds or hellhounds are back, and they can transform into like hooded figures almost. Yeah.
And they have kind of like powers like the Vision.
Yeah, they can float. They can float and through solid matter. Yeah.
And they use that against Rom. They kind of phase their claws through him.
Yeah. And that's when they kind of do the thing they show where, the Wraiths take actual dogs and, they're corrupted by the demonic designs of the Wraith sorceress scientist, Dr. Dialdis.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like you were saying. He starts to zap him with that neutralizer, and they make him drop it, and that's when they put it in the force field.
Yeah. And I liked that too, that even the Hellhounds have sorceress abilities, even though they're just kind of trackers and tracking hounds. They still have powers that are even enough to take Rom's
Jesus, Noel. Looks like Stella holding it all day. Imaginable. Imagine a ROM hoarded it, man. You were traveling in space. You might have to hold that for a while, man.
200 years.
At least they get to the next planet. Jeez.
Yeah.
In space, no one can hear you shack.
They might be able to smell it, though.
No, 200 years. Yes, 200 years.
Yeah.
That's
how Rom's been flying around in that suit.
And I love when these wraiths, the Hellhounds, like throw the tires at drag Rom.
Yeah.
He's like they must know that these rings made of some synthetic substance cannot harm my armored horn. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, Rom picks up a whole car and whips it at him.
Yeah. And I like that Steve actually helped Rom in this, because before this, Steve had obviously had a pretty antagonistic attitude towards Rom, but
yep,
he actually recognized the greater threat here, which was
nice. Yeah. Well, one of them comes after Steve. He's like,
right, not much he can do about that except to fight back.
Like, they are kind of dogs. He's like, animals are afraid of fire, so he douses the one with gas from a pump and then sets them on fire.
He's like, now to flick my bick, he says, as he throws it at the lighter at the Hellhound.
Whoa!
That advertising campaign must have just started.
No, I never trust anyone named Steve. How dare you, Captain America, Steve?
That's right.
And then Rom wraps the other one up in that electrical wire
and zaps it.
Yeah, throws him in the water. But then Rom
collapses.
Yeah, he's like, he's absorbed too much current, overloading.
Yeah, this is a great issue. Great action.
Yeah.
Great fight with the Hellhounds. Great intrigue with the Dire Wraiths' secret inner council and stuff. Yeah.
I love Steve. Not, oh no, are you okay? So what am I going to do with a dying alien?
He weighs 2 tons. I can't even move him.
Oh no. Oh, is it the next issue we find out how much Rom weighs with that armor and everything?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
All right, so what you think of this one?
I love this one, yeah. The fight with the Hellhounds was my kind of the highlight for me. It was cool to see, like I said, a magically powered tracking hound fighting Rom. It was neat. Yeah, they're unique villains. I like that about the Dire Wraiths and their various agents. Oh, yeah. And yeah, the stuff with the intrigue with the inner council, the Deathwing, the first appearance of that was great. We get some more stuff with Steve and Brandy and some more flashbacks with Raina. Yeah, this was a great issue. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Man, stuff's picking up here.
Yeah. Definitely the momentum is starting to pick up. No. And the Firefall stuff, too, was good. I'm glad that they kept that subplot going as well.
Yeah, they didn't just forget about Archie Striker.
Archie Striker.
All right, you ready for number 7?
Yeah, so the great Michael Golden cover.
That's just what I was going to say. I love that Michael Golden cover.
Yeah, so good.
ROM number 7. Cover date in June 1980. Released March 18th, 1980. As I Lay Dying. Same team. Mantlo and Buscema. But colorist Ben Shawn, letterer Jim Novak, and editor still Joe Duffy. Steve Jackson desperately tries to revive the damaged ROM. Steve's best friend, State Trooper Artie Packer, arrives to talk to him about some strange things that he had witnessed on the highway and finds Steve harboring the killer robot. Steve explains what has happened in Rom's mission. Together, they load Rom into a car and take him to Brandy's lab. Soon after they leave, another group of Hellhounds arrive and retrieve Rom's neutralizer, which had been encased in a mystic field. A high wraith summons the Thornoids, killer plans to attack the helpless Space Knight. As Artie stands guard, Brandy and Steve attempt to revive Rom. The Thornoids attack and severely wound Artie Packer. As the killer plans corner Brandy and Steve, a revived Rom comes to their rescue. I mean, I get it. They're like walking plants, so thornoids. But I was just like, man, thornoids, man. That sounds like something you need like preparation H for.
Yeah. Yeah. They make a pill for that, thornoids. Over the counter. Yeah.
The greatest menace to humankind, the thornoids.
Thornoids.
You'll never sit again. But that's a funny first page where, like, Steve basically sounds like using a welding torch on Rom.
Yeah. He's got them up on a lift, like you'd put a truck up on to do work on it. Yeah.
But that's funny when Steve's cop friend comes in and he's like telling him a little story. He's like, "You're nuts." He's like, "Well, go look under that sheet." And that way, one of the Hellhounds is under there.
Yeah, the dead Hellhound. He's like, "What is that thing?" Now, do you believe me?
So he kind of gets him to believe him there. So he's like, "Help me take Rom to the car."
It's a good thing they left when they did too, because that's when the Hellhounds appear.
Yeah, more Hellhounds. Yeah,
more Hellhounds and another Dire Wraith, and they take the dead hounds away, as well as Rom's neutralizer. This is a big deal.
Yep, still encased. Yeah, it's pretty cool because, like, it wasn't just like, oh, they had it encased for like 2 pages, and then he beats him with this. No, that thing's still trapped. The Rom's separated from it. Yeah,
and it's still a little bit before he gets it back too. Yeah.
But yes, kids, as I said, yes, we find out Rom's true weight with that armor, 850 pounds.
Yeah.
How you so big? You never eat nothing. You never eat nothing. Puncha, you gotta eat.
We have a bunch of great full page spreads in this issue too, Phil. We've got one.
Yeah, because like it's almost like chapters almost.
Yeah.
At the top of some of these pages, you have like almost like titles. Yeah.
But there's no chapter numbers. It's weird.
No. Yeah, because on the page 1 it was as I lay dying. Then as they're wheeling Rom into the hospital, it's alien seed.
Alien seed. Yeah, and then a few pages later, greater love hath no man, as the Thornoids attack.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that too, because I don't think we saw that in the other issues where they were separated into chapters, mini chapters like that. It was cool.
And I think like that whatever page that the alien seed page, that I think that's like the greatest like portrayal we've seen of like how much bigger Rom is than like the average human.
Yeah, definitely. That it was kind of like an overhead shot of him being just wheeled down there.
Oh yeah, we also get Sister Sweet, and of course the shadowy the shadowy figure.
Yes, who's behind the Thornoids? Yeah.
Yes. His crystal ball.
Yeah. Oh yes, you had to have a crystal ball back in those days.
Oh yeah, if you're magic.
If you're a magic villain who secretly schemed from the shadows, you had to have a crystal ball too. It was a prerequisite.
Oh yeah.
I liked the fact too that the Thornoids, instead of being just, the typical green plants, they weren't just a regular shade of green. They were like almost like a magenta color. That was cool. They definitely look like they're some vegetation from an alien world.
And
it almost looks like there's blood coming out of them when Rom rips them apart, too.
I know. But yeah, the cold works. Yeah, Rom lowers his armor. Again, Steve's like, here, I'm going to get into this. Yeah, pulls that fire extinguisher off the wall.
Yeah. And again, like I was saying last time, I like how Rom was deprived of his neutralizer, so he had to think of a different way to defeat the threat, other than just using that. That was nice.
And then of course, at the end, it looks like the cop's dead.
Yeah, he had been strangled by the Thornoids pretty badly. Yeah, great issue. What did you think of this one, Phil?
This one's good. Again, like I said, I mean, again, it's they're sent by the Wraiths, but it's like a threat that's not the Wraiths themselves.
Yeah, they have a lot of devious, diabolical tricks up their sleeves. Yeah,
because I would thought like it would get boring if every issue was just him and the Wraiths. Yeah, I like that they actually have like different little minions here. You know, the Thornoids.
the Thornoids. And then later, the Dire Wraiths start to overreach a little bit, and they start involving other characters from the Marvel universe. And imaginations, yeah.
All right, so should we get to the last issue?
Yes, which also has another gorgeous Michael Golden cover. This one might be one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah, as good as 7 is, 8 might even be better, that cover. Yeah.
Love it.
In the graveyard, yeah. Rom number 8 from cover date July 1980, release date April 15th, 1980. Lilith. I know I'm petty. Again, Bill Mantlo, Sal Buscema, Ben Shawn. Oh, letterer Diana Elbers this time. Editor Joe Duffy. In the aftermath of the Thornoid attack, did I say the title was Deathwing? In the aftermath of the Thornoid attack, a bitter Steve Jackson questions whether Rom's mission. Rom's mission. Rom relates the story of the Galadorian outpost world of Angelica, a world savaged by the Dire Wraiths who annihilated the entire population. As Brandy's co-workers attempt to enter, Rom leaves but informs them that Artie is still alive, but just barely. Rom later encounters a funeral procession and turns his energy analyzer on them, revealing all to be Dire Wraiths. Silas Lane, the county mortician, stumbles across the fact that all the people slain have the exact same birth date and tells Andrew, who is in actuality a Dire Wraith. As Andrew leaves the coroner's office, he's quickly snatched into an alley and slain by a shadowy figure. Meanwhile, Rom disrupts the Wraith funeral being led by an Elder Wraith. The Elder summons a Deathwing to destroy Rom. However, Rom grasps the Wraith and prevents him from seeking cover. The Elder reveals that Rom's neutralizer has been taken to Project Safeguard. The Deathwing devours the Elder as it swoops by and numbs Rom's circuitry, causing him to fall into the freshly dug grave and through to a subterranean cavern below. Standing above the now exposed secret entry to his lair below is Serpentine, who decides he must have Rom's neutralizer for himself. So, I know nothing about this guy, but yeah, he seems he hates the Dire Wraiths as much as Rom. So.
Yeah, as you might have guessed, you'll see a lot more of Serpentine in the
I'm sure.
Yeah.
He was too big on that last page for him to not show up again. Yeah.
And he's even on the cover of this issue briefly.
Oh yeah. Oh, cover 9. I'm looking at. Yeah, he's there. He was on there.
I mean, of number 8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all. Yeah,
in the shadows.
Yeah, but he's big on 8 and 9. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great story with Serpentine.
So yeah, this was another good one. Yeah, because Rom scans Artie and says, "No, he's still alive, barely, but he's alive."
Yeah, I like the fact that he's forced to rely on his analyzer a little bit more, where the neutralizer's gone, and that's pretty much all he's got left.
Yeah, like when he sees that whole funeral procession, he's like, "Man, if I had my neutralizer," he's like, "they'd all be going to condos in limbo right about now."
Yeah, I could just mow them all down. Yeah, and the part with Serpentine, the little glimmer of the subplot where the Dire Wraith is just picked off of the alleyway, off the street as he's walking. I loved that. Die, star-spawned monster.
I love the action in this because the Wraiths, of course, they were all sent to limbo, so they're burying empty coffins. So I love Rom picks one up. The Wraith, the elder or whatever basically blasts the coffin, sets it on fire. Rom just whipping a flaming coffin at him.
Just throws it at him. Yeah. Yeah. And we have another great full-page spread of the Deathwing in this issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, takes that elder. But no, the one thing Rom says, which again, we know eventually, more of the Marvel Universe is going to get involved. But when he says, when the people of Earth learn the truth about you, perhaps their heroes will come to my aid. I'm like, I get it's a plot and they want to start off slow, but I'm like, why wouldn't you go to like someone, like go to Reed Richards, be like, hey,
Yeah.
it's the Marvel Universe. I'm like, aliens aren't unheard of.
Well, I think at this point he didn't even know who Reed Richards was. Yeah.
Yes, but you think Brandy or someone would be, or Steve would be like, you know what? Yeah, why don't we go to Reed Richards? Not only is he like one of the smartest guys on the planet, he's dealt with shape-shifting aliens before.
Right. Yeah, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, somebody. Yeah.
If you mention their mystic too, it'd be like, oh well,
Oh yeah.
A Doctor Strange. I dreamed of this man.
Oh, Doctor Strange. I know who that is.
I dreamed of him. Yes, and that happened. Yes.
Most people are high when they dream of Doctor Strange.
That's how he was invented, man.
Yeah.
Everyone loves cocaine.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say. I get high and go to bed and dream of Namor.
Well, that too. It's a different kind of dream, though.
Ooh. There's little ankle wings. Woo! There's little ankle wings.
Just what I always wanted. Love that green Speedo.
Oh my.
Yeah, I love the part of this issue where he's got Rom has the elder by the throat, and the elder Dire Wraiths just keeps changing into all these different forms.
Yeah.
trying to get free. You will learn nothing from me, Rom. Nothing.
And Rom just holds them up, wait, and let that Deathwing like take a hold of him.
Oh, you're not going to tell me anything? Okay, well, time for the Deathwing to have a little bit of a snack then, in that case.
Yeah, I love that elder. Let me reverse the incantation before it's too late. Rom's like, for a last, already too late.
Already too late.
So he falls down that giant hole.
And I love the fact that he falls into that freshly dug grave, and like maybe 1 or 2 feet below the freshly dug grave is this massive long tunnel that leads to the underworld. It's like if that cemetery caretaker had just put his back into a little bit more, he might have gone hurtling down the tunnel into a pit to the subterranean realm.
Oh, they could have had a mole man next station.
Mole man, yeah. Missed opportunity.
I just wonder if maybe they don't want to do like any big villains before they actually introduce like the first. Not that I know anything.
We do get some other Marvel villains though in this series, which is nice. It's not all just Dire Wraiths. We do get some other ones, so that's nice.
Oh yeah, I was in it by. Did I see by 16 or 17 that the X-Men show up?
Yep. And that's a new villain too, as well, that they face in that story.
Oh, nice. I mean, maybe. Oh, okay. I just basically just cracked open to a page, and all of a sudden I see Awesome Android and Mad Thinker.
Oh yeah. Yep. We also see Jack of Hearts later on.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
If you're any kind of cosmic like character with your own book, Jack of Hearts has to make an appearance.
Yes, especially at this point in time.
Oh,
yeah.
80s. Yeah.
Jack of Hearts was everywhere then, yeah.
Even in the 90s, he made an appearance in Quasar. He made an appearance here.
Silver Surfer.
Yes. I mean, yeah, like I said, if you're anywhere tangentially related to cosmic, Jack of Hearts has to make an appearance for you to smack him around.
That's right.
Oh well, you guys are reading. You and Russell are reading the latest She-Hulk stuff. He's there
Yeah,
now.
he's the new romantic interest for
Yeah.
She-Hulk. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, it's cool to see that side of him in that series. It's nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of She-Hulk, there I opened up an ad on one of those letters pages. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
The original series.
You know what? I got that omnibus.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Because
Yeah.
the original series, it's just one omnibus because there's only 25 issues.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
there was a Marvel 2-in-1 in there too. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good series. I love that one.
Yeah.
That issue. That issue with the man elephant cracks me up every time. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, there's some other stuff we should cover. Like, I'll save the Savage She-Hulk stuff for you and Russell. But do you ever read the original Jessica Drew stuff?
Oh, the original Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have read some of that, but not all of it.
Oh, that's
so that
good.
would be fun to cover.
There's a bunch of different people in there. I mean, Grunwald even had like a short run on that book.
That's true.
Senti at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Claremont was on that, I think, for a while.
Because like a few years ago, I actually tracked down like the black and white reprints. They did was it Essential?
Yes.
Volumes. Yeah. I got because there was 2 volumes of that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I read the first Moon Knight series originally.
Yes, me too. I got the first one in the Moon Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was too poor back then to go back and buy all the back issues.
I mean, they were nice back in the day. I mean, it was black and white, but I mean, that's how I read the first couple of years of Amazing Spider-Man with those. Before the apps, kids. Yeah.
Yeah. And some of those stories look good in black and white too, like especially the Moon Knight ones and some of those Spider-Man ones. Like those look good in black and white. Yeah.
I think I got the first volume of the Hulk one. Yeah.
Nice.
So I read all those Toad Men and Metal Master stuff.
Yeah. I think the Metal Master might show up in ROM. It's definitely I think it might be him. It's definitely a magnetism powered villain. I feel like it is the Metal Master.
I always think that's cool when they're like, "Hey, remember this guy from his one appearance like 50 years ago?"
Yeah. Here he is again.
I feel like Jed McKay does that a lot in a good way, where it's just like, yeah, remember this guy showed up 30 years ago? He's back.
Yeah. Well, he did that with this haunted house from this ROM issue. Yeah.
Yes. And speaking of Spider-Man, can someone write a story and tell me who Facade was? Damn it.
that was Fantastic Four.
Oh no! There was also a Facade in Spider-Man. There was
there was
an armored. Yeah, it was like 3 issues of Web of Spider-Man. It was like right before the Clone Saga, and there was a big mystery. They gave you a bunch of suspects. They never revealed who Facade was, and it was written by Terry Cavanaugh, and like a couple years back, Ray had me on. Me and him talked to Terry Cavanaugh and Howard Mackey. And I said, Terry, I cannot sleep tonight if you don't tell me. I'm like, who was Facade? And he's like, I can't remember. I was like,
I think I remember. Now that I'm thinking about it, he was in armor, right? And it was like a green armor with purple visor. And I think I can picture that now. Yeah.
And the suspects were some like rich guy they made up. It was like John Jameson. There's there's
so
a couple.
Funny.
Yeah.
I love
they
that.
never revealed who it was because the armor got tracked, but whoever was in there got away, and it was just like
that's great.
But the writer who wrote it don't really remember who it is. I was like,
I love it. That'd be another good one to revisit, like they've been doing with these 90s little mini-series lately. Yeah.
I mean, they did it with the Hobgoblin. I mean, come on, Russell back me up. After they revealed, it's Ned Leeds, and then like a couple years later, they come out with Hobgoblin Lives. It's like, no.
Yeah. Just kidding. It wasn't Ned Leeds.
That wasn't Roger Stern's plan. All right. Anything else, Justin?
No, I think we Yeah, what did you think of these, Phil? Where this was your first time reading these? Did you?
I liked them because, like I said, I wasn't sure around the first or second issue, but the story, the action, everything keeps escalating. So I'm like, okay, man, yeah, I'm here for this. I'm gonna
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should keep going on this at some point and do the next handful of issues. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like I said, the Dire Wraiths were more than I thought they were. So so.
Yeah, we haven't even seen the nastiest of them yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. It's time to drop the good news, bad news on these people. All right, kids. First, the bad news. All right. In the month of March, you will get no Marvel Tales. But the good news is you'll get every week we'll get an episode of X-Men Classics. And again, to celebrate Wolverine's 50th anniversary, yes, every episode in March will be a Wolverine episode.
That's right.
Handpicked by your team here at the Marvel Tales.
And we've picked some good ones too.
Well, yes. So yes, the first week we're going to cover Wolverine Origin on the app. It says Wolverine the Origins. I don't know what to call it, but yeah.
That's
Wolverine
the 6-issue miniseries, right?
Yes, where we actually reveal his origin, his real name, and yes. Then week 2, Marvel Comics presents 72 through 84. Yes, kids, the Weapon X story. Pretty much the only one of the if not the only storyline they ever collected for Marvel Comics Presents, because
yes,
I do have that in trade. I don't have the issues, but I have it in trade. Yeah,
it's a great story.
Wish I would have picked those up back then. All right, and then week 3 we'll cover Wolverine 17 through 20, and then the wrap up March we'll cover Wolverine 21 through 23.
Which is one of my picks. Those two are my favorite Wolverine stories, done by Mr. John Byrne.
Yes, from the first ongoing series. Yes.
Yeah.
But don't worry, kids. We'll be back. We'll be back in a big way in April.
That's right. Starting Phil's birthday month.
Yes, Justin has picked a lot of good stories for my birthday month. So stay tuned. Again, lots of good big stuff coming. I mean, Atlantis attacks this summer.
Yes. Yeah, I'm so excited for that. And we have some Tigra coming up soon.
Oh, yeah.
Tigra, some Hellcat.
Yeah. That'll be May, yeah.
Yeah. We may have a special guest for 1 or 2 of those episodes, possibly. The High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, might be joining us for
yes. Tigra. I'm surprised he doesn't do
Tigra.
Surprised he doesn't do a Tigra podcast. Yes. Luckily, that Marvel Snap slowed him down.
What the F?
But no, in April, we might have Mr. Will Allred, because, yes.
Yes, for Quasar.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, kids, you might be up for lots of guests coming up here soon, too. So, yeah, nice little mix of some X-Men stuff, some all the other Marvel stuff. So, it's going to be a good time, kids. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, send us your thoughts. Again, next week, you'll hear more X-Men Classics with Wolverine. So, send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Buy some t-shirts, buy some cups, buy some phone cases. You could just rain random money on us through the Cash App link, Will's favorite.
Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Make it rain. As Mr. Southgate says, make it rain. And of course, the Patreon, where again, we promised it's getting wilder and crazy over there. For the February episode, Lilith and I put it on the calendar today. Yes, we're going to talk those AVN awards.
Ooh, nice.
And then I think she just said it last night, the March episode, we may be doing some little Hellfire conspiracy theories. So,
yeah, there we go.
So yes, kids, the Capes and Lunatics Patreon, which again I promised that I have rebranded it. It is Capes and Lunatics Plus. So.
I love that.
Sign up now, kids, because like them damn Dire Wraiths, that Patreon is getting
more vicious and brutal than ever.
So find it all at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon.
All right. Now to Justin the Owl Knight. You can find him in this time slot every week, either doing Marvel Tales or X-Men Classics with me. You can find them over on Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks, doing Electric Mullet twice, so 2 to 3 times a month with me and Tyler Patrick. And you can catch them once a month at the end of every month on We Are the Night,
the Batman podcast.
Talking Azrael, and then with me, Justin and Russell, and then me, Justin and Russell also do Energon Universe, where me, Justin, and that Energon junkie Russell talk all things the new Transformers and G.I. Joe content coming out of Image. So, but that is not all, because the new King of Podcasting does more. So, Justin, tell them where else to find you.
You can also find me on Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, with my pal Russell, where we talk about the Incredible Hulk and the Sensational She-Hulk 3 times a month. And we also have a Patreon, so do check that out if you're so inclined. We have bonus episodes on there and all kinds of fun stuff. And also, we are joined by the aforementioned High Priest of Khonshu Ray himself, twice a month on Predator and Prey, the Yucha podcast, where we talk about Fox's Predator in the new Marvel comics and the classic Dark Horse comics. And also, Russell and I are also going strong on Gone the Form of Man, the Etrigan podcast, where we talk about DC's wild and crazy demon, Etrigan, going all the way back to Jack Kirby's original series, which we're covering in its entirety. And last but not least, the Lost Library of Legends, my solo project, is still going on, and by the time this episode comes out, I will have just put out an episode about an Impact Comics title from 1991 called The Jaguar.
Oh, yeah.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch. Double biscuits for me.
Yeah, that Jaguar, see?
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas. Oh, that's naughty. I love it.
Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Send in your ROM thoughts. Send in your ROM recollections.
Don't just be sitting there in limbo. Send us your feedback.
Yes.
I might even have a prize for it. Send in some.
That's right.
It can even be as nonsensical as, how does Rom poop? All right, kids, come back next time. We're gonna be the best we are at what we do. That's podcasting. Good night.